Knowing Yourself Before Your Enemy Does. Written by Prof. Mannix Paul, PhD, Me Foundation. Monthly Lecture, Series 65, June 14th, 2026. One of the greatest dangers facing individuals, organizations, and nations is an enemy who knows more about them than they know about themselves. Throughout history, success and survival have depended not only on strength and resources, but also on knowledge, intelligence, strategic thinking, and the ability to recognize both opportunities and vulnerabilities. When an adversary knows your weaknesses, habits, systems, and patterns better than you do, the battle is already tilted in their favor. This principle applies equally to personal development, organizational leadership, national security, and global competition. In today's world, knowledge has become one of the most powerful weapons. The digital age has transformed the way information is collected, analyzed, and utilized. Governments gather intelligence, corporations analyze consumer behavior, cybercriminals study network vulnerabilities, and political actors monitor public sentiment. Information is no longer merely a resource, it is a strategic asset. Those who possess superior knowledge can anticipate actions, influence decisions, exploit weaknesses, and shape outcomes. Consequently, individuals and institutions that fail to understand themselves become vulnerable to manipulation and exploitation. However, knowledge alone is not enough. The ability to analyze information critically is what transforms knowledge into power. Many organizations accumulate vast amounts of data, but fail to convert it into actionable intelligence. Effective analysis enables leaders to identify emerging threats, recognize hidden opportunities, understand behavioral patterns, and make informed decisions. Strategic thinking allows organizations and nations to move from reacting to problems toward anticipating and preventing them. In an increasingly complex world, analytical capability is no longer optional. It is essential for survival and success. Another critical factor in overcoming adversaries is persistence. Most successful enemies, whether they are criminal networks, corrupt systems, terrorist organizations, or economic competitors, achieve their objectives through relentless effort. They do not abandon their missions after one failure. They adapt, learn, and continue pursuing their goals. Unfortunately, many individuals and institutions lose momentum when faced with challenges. Sustainable success requires patience, discipline, resilience, and a willingness to remain committed to long-term objectives. Victory often belongs not to the strongest, but to those who refuse to quit. Patriotism also plays a vital role in the struggle for national and organizational advancement. True patriotism goes beyond slogans and emotional expressions. It involves a commitment to protecting the interests of one's nation, community, or institution through honesty, service, responsibility, and sacrifice. A patriotic citizen seeks solutions rather than merely criticizing problems. Likewise, patriotic leaders place collective progress above personal gain. Nations that cultivate a culture of patriotism are better equipped to withstand external threats and internal challenges because their citizens share a common commitment to national development. Discipline is equally important in sustaining long-term success. Every meaningful achievement requires consistency, self-control, and adherence to principles. Without discipline, strategies fail, institutions weaken, and goals remain unfulfilled. Discipline creates the structure necessary for effective leadership, efficient governance, and organizational excellence. It ensures that plans are implemented, standards are maintained, and responsibilities are fulfilled even when circumstances become difficult. A disciplined society is often more resilient and productive than one blessed with abundant resources, but lacking order and accountability. Integrity serves as the foundation upon which knowledge, power, patriotism, and discipline must rest. Knowledge without integrity can become dangerous, while power without integrity can become destructive. Sustainable success requires leaders and citizens who are committed to truth, accountability, and ethical conduct. Integrity builds trust, strengthens institutions, and enhances credibility. It creates an environment where people are willing to cooperate, invest, and contribute to collective progress. Without integrity, even the most sophisticated systems eventually collapse under the weight of corruption and mistrust. Contemporary societies face numerous challenges that highlight the importance of these principles. Cybercrime, corruption, misinformation, economic instability, terrorism, and weak governance continue to threaten progress in many parts of the world. These challenges cannot be addressed solely through legislation or technology. They require informed leadership, strategic intelligence, strong institutions, disciplined citizens, and a culture of accountability. Education, continuous learning, investment in research, and the strengthening of governance systems are critical steps toward building resilience against these threats. The solution begins with self-awareness. Individuals, organizations, and nations must understand their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and risks. They must invest in knowledge, develop analytical capabilities, cultivate patriotism, enforce discipline, and uphold integrity. They must also recognize that meaningful transformation is a long-term mission requiring persistence and unwavering commitment. The challenges of the modern world are relentless, but so too must be the determination to overcome them. Ultimately, the greatest victory is not merely defeating an enemy, but ensuring that no adversary understands us better than we understand ourselves. Knowledge, paired with analysis, persistence, patriotism, discipline, and integrity, forms the foundation for lasting success. Those who continually learn, adapt, and remain committed to noble principles will always have the capacity to overcome even the most determined opposition. In a world where information is power, self-knowledge remains the most powerful defense and the strongest path to progress. Courtesy of Me Foundation, committed to human capacity building worldwide. Just a voice of reasoning in a complex dispensation. Thank you for listening, and kindly share to inspire others.